I need more ensigns.
What do you mean? You already assessed 3 times what you need.
That does not matter. My retention is terrible. I need more ensigns, or we are doomed.
Could you assess what you need and just improve your retention?
You are a little girl.
I am not. It is a valid question. If your people were not miserable, maybe they would stay around longer.
We only want ensigns who can embrace our misery. Apparently, those are few and far between, therefore we need more.
Would you have jobs for these extra ensigns?
Of course not. We do not have jobs for the ensigns we have.
Then what will you do with them?
We will stuff 3 or 4 ensigns into a single job and let them fight for dominance. With knives.
That sounds miserable.
Exactly.
Where do you expect to get these extra ensigns?
Take them from the other communities.
Do you mean from the other communities that are already undermanned?
Yes, those other communities are useless. No one will notice.
I am pretty sure someone will notice if none of the other communities get their ensigns.
You are a communist who hates America. I can make ensigns for the other communities.
I am not, and how do you propose to make ensigns?
Out of Play-Doh? My kids have lots of Play-Doh.
How do you propose to commission Play-Doh ensigns?
OCS. Do I have to think of everything?
I am not going to let you make ensigns out of Play-Doh.
How about Legos? I also have Legos.
No. Please leave.
I am telling.
Who are you going to tell?
My boss.
I thought I was your boss.
My big boss. He is very powerful. His anger will block out the sun and destroy the world. I talk to him all of the time. He even calls me at home.
Really? Or do you usually just speak to the aide of the assistant to his deputy?
That does not matter. He is very powerful and the fire of his rage will consume you unless you give me more ensigns.
That is not going to happen.
You have to agree with me that changing defense priorities within the POM cycle will allow us to garner efficiencies from our accession programs if we apply an appropriate risk mitigation strategy that leverages requirements in the out years.
That did not make any sense. You just mixed together buzzwords you learned in JPME.
I will stalk you.
You already do.
I know, but now I will stalk you with a lethal honey badger.
I do not think you have a honey badger.
My son has a petulant hamster. You have no idea of what I deal with in this job.
Like what?
My accession plan is developed by a nurse and a weatherman. There are civilians everywhere. I am mocked daily by an aviator.
How does he mock you?
He calls me by my first name and is generally pleasant. I think he hates me.
Can you think of any other solution to your problem other than getting more ensigns?
We have tried giving them extra money to stay. It was to teach them that life is miserable, but if you make money then it is worth it. That did not seem to work.
That is not surprising. Have you tried to make their lives more meaningful and give them a sense of ownership in your community?
You were very lucky that the president recently repealed the law.
Are you done? It is 8 o'clock at night.
I am just getting started. My community is the cornerstone of the Navy.
I think you lost that argument 70 years ago.
If I do not get more ensigns, then China will take over the world and it will be all your fault.
Everything in this office was made in China, including my underwear. More ensigns for your community will not fix that.
You will die a lonely man.
Okay. Can I start practicing now?
Fine. But I will be back in 5 minutes with 200 pages of spreadsheets and PowerPoint slides that you will not be able to refuse.
Why won't you just go home?
Because it is not midnight, and then I will return at 4:30. I need to be here in case anyone calls from Bahrain, Singapore, or Laos.
You get calls from Laos?
Yes, very important ones.
What is wrong with you?
I have had pneumonia for about a week now, and possibly food sickness from a month-old ham sandwich I found in my desk.
You should go see a doctor, and take some time off.
You would like that? It would be a sign of weakness, and while I am gone you will give all of my ensigns to the cyber warfare geeks? I will die first.
I give up.
You see, I have truly embraced misery at the highest levels. I have become the embodiment of my community. Can't I now have more ensigns?
Will you leave me alone?
I will try.
Good enough.